Genesis chapter 32. And Jacob went on his way, and the angels of God met him. And when Jacob saw them, he said, "This is God's host." And he called the name of the place Mahanaim. And Jacob sent messengers before him to Esau his brother unto the land of Seir, the country of Edom. And he commanded them, saying, "Thus shall ye speak unto my lord Esau. Thy servant Jacob saith thus, I have sojourned with Laban, and stayed there until now. I have oxen and asses, flocks and men servants and women servants. And I have sent to tell my lord that I might find grace in thy sight." And the messengers returned to Jacob, saying, "We came to thy brother Esau, and also he cometh to meet thee, and 400 men with him." Then Jacob was greatly afraid and distressed, and he divided the people that was with him, and the flocks and herds, and the camels into 2 bands, and said, "If Esau come to the one company and smite it, then the other company which is left shall escape." And Jacob said, "O God of my father Abraham, and God of my father Isaac, the Lord which said unto me, Return unto thy country and to thy kindred, and I will deal well with thee, I am not worthy of the least of all thy mercies, and of all the truth which thou hast showed unto thy servant, for with my staff I passed over this Jordan, and now I am become 2 bands. Deliver me, I pray thee, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esau, for I fear him, lest he will come and smite me, and the mother with the children. And thou saidst, I will surely do thee good, and make thy seed as the sand of the sea, which cannot be numbered for multitude." And he lodged there that same night, and took of that which came to his hand a present for Esau his brother, 200 she-goats, and 20 he-goats, 200 ewes, and 20 rams, 30 milk camels with their colts, 40 kine, and 10 bulls, 20 she-asses, and 10 foals. And he delivered them into the hand of his servants, every drove by themselves, and said unto his servants, Pass over before me, and put a space betwixt drove and drove. And he commanded the foremost, saying, When Esau my brother meeteth thee, and asketh thee, saying, Whose art thou? And whither goest thou? And whose are these before thee? Then thou shalt say, These be thy servant Jacob's. It is a present sent unto my lord Esau. And behold, also he is behind us. And so commanded he the second and the third, and all that followed the drove, saying, On this manner shall ye speak unto Esau, when ye find him, and ye shall moreover say ye moreover, Behold, thy servant Jacob is behind us. For he said, I will appease him with the present that goeth before me, and afterward I will see his face, peradventure he will accept of me. So went the present over before him, and himself lodged that night in the company. And he rose up that night, and took his 2 wives and his 2 women servants, and their 11 sons, and passed over the ford Jabbok. And he took them and sent them over the brook, and sent over that he had. And Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day. And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint, as he wrestled with him. And he said, Let me go, for the day breaketh. And he said, I will not let thee go, except thou bless me. And he said unto him, What is thy name? And he said to Jacob, And he said, Thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel, for as a prince hast thou power with God and with men, and hast prevailed. And Jacob asked him and said, Tell me, I pray thee, thy name. And he said, Wherefore is it that thou dost ask after my name? And he blessed him there. And Jacob called the name of the place Peniel, for I have seen God face to face, and my life is preserved. And as he passed over Penuel, the sun rose upon him, and he halted upon his thigh. Therefore the children of Israel eat not of the sinew which shrank, which is upon the hollow of the thigh unto this day, because he touched the hollow of Jacob's thigh, and the sinew that shrank. Well, here we see that Jacob is nearing close to home. Wives, children, herds, flocks, everything. And he's still worried about Esau. So he sends some servants ahead to give a message to Esau and let him know he's coming. And hopefully he will find favor with Esau. And the servants come back and say, Oh, Esau is excited you're on your way home. He's going to come and meet you, him and 400 guys. And Jacob is really worried about this. Jacob wouldn't need 400 guys to say hello. And so what he does is he divides his herds and flocks everything in half, and figures that if Esau manages to wipe out one half, he'll at least still have the other half. And then he gets smart. He thinks, I gotta send this guy some kind of present. So what he does is he takes groups of animals that he's got, she-goats and he-goats and asses and cattle and all the rest of the stuff, and he sends them on ahead, sends a group of them on ahead, a small flock, small herd, so that they're going to catch up, they're going to sort of be on their way to Esau as Esau's coming towards Jacob, and Esau is going to meet the servant who's driving this herd of whatever, and you say, who are you, or what are these? And they're going to say, well, I work for Jacob, and these are a present for Esau. And Jacob's figuring is that, the first time he might still be mad at me, but by the time he gets the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth present, because there's going to be distance in between, it's going to have a chance to make him start thinking, well, my brother's sending me a whole bunch of stuff here. Maybe he really is sorry that he stole my birthright. Maybe I should think about forgiving him. Maybe I shouldn't really kill him. And this is what his hope is. We get to one spot where he sends his family across a ford being a place where you cross a river, and everybody else is on the other side except him. He's all alone there. And it says he wrestled a man all night. Doesn't say he wrestled God, doesn't say he wrestled an angel. There are other places in the scriptures where it mentioned those as possibilities, but those are not really accurate translations. We believe that what really happened was there was an individual there, a man who was sent as a messenger, which would, of course, anybody that's sent as a messenger from God is classified as an angel, and that for some reason, which we don't understand, there was a wrestling match. Now, I don't think this was like World Wrestling Federation wrestling. I think it could have been, somebody said I had to wrestle before God. They don't usually mean that they actually physically got into tights and wrestled and did drop kicks and stuff like that. What they mean is spiritually wrestled. They had prayer and all the rest of it. Could have been that. A lot of these things we don't really have enough context to it, enough description of it, because it's a summary to know exactly what happened. But we know that something happened, and this angel, this messenger, told him that his name would be Israel, and things were going to work out. God remembered him. And so that basically is the long and short of the major things that happened in that particular side.